Welcome to Supercar, the channel dedicated to maximizing your performance and protecting your automotive investment. The Dacia Duster 2024 is celebrated globally as the budget SUV champion, but its low purchase price can hide some staggeringly high service costs. Today we expose the 7 maintenance traps that empty your wallet. If you want to keep thousands of dollars in your pocket and realize the Duster's full value, hit that subscribe button right now. Your wallet depends on it. The Duster promises simple, rugged motoring, but under its new design are complex, modern engines and high-tech emission systems. It's here, in the fine print and the unmentioned service requirements, that Dacia and its network set 7 financial traps designed to steal back every penny you saved on the initial purchase. Let's dive into the first one, a simple oil change that could cost you an entire engine warranty. Trap 1. The Invisible Oil Specification Trap, also known as Renault RN17. It sounds simple, but this is the fastest way to void your warranty and suffer a catastrophic engine failure. The TCE petrol engines, including the popular 1.3-liter unit, rely on a highly specific lubricant that meets the exclusive Renault RN17 standard, typically a 5W30 viscosity grade with an ACA C3 spec. Independent garages, trying to save you money, might use generic 5W30 oil that looks correct, but lacks the crucial RN17 chemistry needed for these turbocharged engines. This seemingly minor difference is grounds for immediate warranty invalidation if your engine fails. This lubrication requirement stems from the Duster's engine legacy. Older TCE variants were prone to catastrophic failures, often due to oil breakdown leading to premature component wear. Failing to use the approved RN17 oil can accelerate wear on critical, expensive parts like the turbocharger, leading to replacement costs that can hit up to £1,200, completely erasing your initial savings. Trap 2. The Service Department Cleaning Scam. Don't let a smiling service advisor pressure you into unnecessary services that are purely profit-generating maneuvers for the dealership. The second major financial trap is the unnecessary recommendation of non-scheduled preventative maintenance, which is really just an upsell. The most common example is the fuel injector cleaning service, often bundled with a throttle body cleaning, which can cost you between $150 and $300. These services are almost never listed in the Duster's official manufacturer-prescribed maintenance schedule. Here's the simple reality. If you consistently use high-quality, top-tier gasoline which contains sufficient detergents, the chemical cleaning process is redundant and wastes your money. Service advisors often use scare tactics to persuade you that you're protecting your engine. Always compare any suggested service against the Dacia Fixed Price Dealer Guide or your owner's manual. Question and generally decline anything not explicitly mandated. Trap 3. The Short Trip Diesel Death Sentence, also known as DPF. If you drive a diesel Duster primarily in the city, you're already setting yourself up for a potential $3,500 bill. For diesel Duster owners, the diesel particulate filter, or DPF, is a massive trap directly linked to driving habits. The DPF traps soot, which must be burned off through regeneration at high temperatures, usually achieved during longer, high-speed motorway drives. Using the diesel Duster predominantly for short, urban, low-speed trips prevents this automatic regeneration. Ignoring the DPF warning light will lead to a heavily clogged filter and a massive repair bill. While a forced professional regeneration service might only cost $200 to $600, a complete DPF replacement, which is common when the filter is severely blocked, can soar beyond $3,500 for SUVs. The mitigation is behavioral. Commit to a mandatory 30-minute high-speed drive every month, and only use DPF-friendly low-ash C-spec engine oils. Trap 4. Neglected drivetrain and automatic fluid secrets. This trap hides in the places most owners completely forget to look, specifically the fluids outside the engine itself. The Duster's 4x4 and automatic transmission variants introduce several crucial maintenance requirements that are, honestly, often ignored. For 4x4 dusters, the transfer case and differential fluids lubricate critical gears that get severely stressed during towing or off-roading. Many drivers mistakenly believe these fluids are lifetime components, but, a severe duty schedule actually dictates replacement, typically every 40,000 miles. Ignoring this lubrication leads directly to premature mechanical failure. For those with the EDC dual-clutch automatic transmission, the dry clutch system is extremely sensitive to heavy stop-start urban traffic, which really accelerates clutch wear. Gearbox clutch repair or a software update can cost up to £1,200. Finally, Bi-Fuel LPG owners must budget for the scheduled replacement of the gas phase filter, £110 every 18,000 miles, and the liquid phase filter, £125 every 36,000 miles, which, if neglected, will degrade the fuel system. Trap 5. The 805-pound scheduled maintenance shock. You saved money buying the Duster, but Dacia has a mandatory high-cost scheduled fee that will shock your wallet. Unlike some modern platforms that use maintenance-free timing chains, the Duster architecture actually mandates a periodic, expensive belt replacement. This is trap number 5, the financial sting of the compulsory timing and accessory belt service. Cambelt and accessory belt replacement operation comes in at £805. This service is tied to a strict mileage or age interval, and honestly, the financial trap here is failing to anticipate and budget for this single, large expenditure. If you delay or neglect this compulsory service, the resulting catastrophic engine damage will cost you many thousands more than the preventative £805 fee. This isn't just maintenance, it's mandatory warranty protection because skipping it gives Dacia undeniable grounds to deny any subsequent engine claim. Trap 6. The electronic sensor time bomb, including AdBlue and NOx systems. It's basically the hidden emissions tax, and ignoring the warning light on your diesel duster is a ticking time bomb that will force your car into limp mode. So, modern diesel dusters, they rely on these pretty complex emission systems. This includes AdBlue fluid for the SCR system, which is monitored by some really delicate and honestly expensive sensors like the nitrogen oxide or NOx sensor. The duster, well, it frequently suffers from AdBlue system faults, and this often triggers the check anti-pollution warning light, even when there's actually plenty of fluid in the tank. Usually the solution means replacing either the AdBlue pump or the sensor, and that repair can cost anywhere between £350 and £850. The real hidden expense, though, comes from the NOx sensor itself. This component is, unfortunately, highly susceptible to failure, especially if the engine has underlying issues like cylinder misfires or leaking fuel injectors. What often happens is the owner pays for that expensive sensor replacement, only to later discover, and have to pay to fix, the actual root cause, like a coil or injector replacement, which can add up to £300 more. Trap 7 is the manual clutch driver error denial. For owners who chose the manual duster to save money up front, the dealer has an escape clause for this common failure, and they call it driver error. Clutch friction material is explicitly categorized as a wear and tear item, and is typically excluded from the manufacturer's warranty. The final trap is premature clutch failure, which owners have reported at remarkably low mileages, sometimes as low as 14,000 to 20,000 miles. In these situations, dealers often classify the failure as poor driving style or driver error, denying coverage for the high replacement cost. The owner is then forced to cover the entire repair bill, which typically ranges from $500 to $2,000. To avoid this, drivers must minimize habits that accelerate wear, like riding the clutch, and insist that any gearbox work includes checking for and fixing potential fluid leaks, as oil contamination will instantly destroy the friction plate. The Dacia Duster remains a brilliant value proposition, but only if you are a proactive and informed owner. You must commit to strictly following the manufacturer's complex fluid specifications, budget for those expensive scheduled replacements like the Cambelt, and resist the unnecessary upsells at the service department. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and the Duster will continue to be a champion for your wallet. If you found this essential guide valuable, make sure you like this video, drop a comment with your Duster experience, and subscribe to Supercar for more expert advice.
With